So the next 2 to 8 weeks is going to be your head start. That's not hyperbole. You have about 2 to 8 weeks, depending on where you are in this country. And by then, there will be boots on the ground, movement will be restricted, curfews enforced, sun going down earlier, and the weather getting colder. So if there's any chance of being prepared, it's between now and probably the end of October. Within the next 2 to 4 weeks, if you live in a large city or a state capital, National Guard is most likely going to roll out into your city, setting up the infrastructure for ICE agents as well as DHS and other federal law enforcement that is being surged, trained, and recruited right now for their actual rollout of going door to door throughout the entire United States. Now, what you can do, this is already baked in, there's no stopping that, but about 8 weeks plus, we're going to be looking at the actual full scale of this rollout. And what we're really preparing for is most likely the shot that's going to be heard around the world. It's some crisis, whether invented as a false flag, some psychotic ramblings, and maybe even a concerted effort. All it takes is one stray bullet hitting somebody that's a federalized law enforcement officer for them to be able to roll out the Insurrection Act and do it full-scale, legitimate martial law style. That's what you're actually planning for. Everything else is cooked in, baked in, and you should be ready. But we are looking at being at 11:59 on the doomsday clock that is the fall of the United States.
There's new data coming out this week. It shows a potential financial crisis in the making among American farmers. According to the University of Arkansas, from April of last year to March, more than 250 farms have filed for Chapter 12 farm bankruptcy. That's a huge number. University economists say bankruptcy filings in the first quarter of this year, they've already exceeded last year's total.
Well, the writing's on the wall. We all know that the goal of this is to isolate us and to make it harder to afford things, make it harder for us to get care, make it harder for us to afford the things we need. So I've seen others, and I am going to reiterate, you know I have a huge garden, you know I preserve, and I do a lot of things to supplement my home so that those costs aren't hurting me so much. The question I have for all of you, what are you doing to prepare? Because obviously we're going to have pain for a while. And to minimize your suffering, I hope you are doing efforts to prepare yourself for this. You know, I have stocked up on certain things. I buy extras every time I go to the store for certain items, things that have shelf life or can be frozen and can last for a while. I don't buy a lot of produce because obviously I grow it. But, you know, I know it's really late in our season for the North for you to even think about a garden. Hopefully you did so earlier when we were saying that there was going to be problems. We said shortages, but a lot of times we mean shortages because you can't afford it. I know, I've had a couple of people say, are you growing for an army? The answer is I'm growing for a year. I'm not growing for an army. I'm preparing myself for a year. I have canned things that will last until next growing season. So I have a lot of that covered, you know, until the next season. I'm less reliant on the system, and a lot of us are saying we're not going to buy because we don't want to support those people that are complicit. That's what we really should be doing, is preparing ahead before they start raising all those prices, because those prices are starting to go up already, and it's just going to get worse. The stock market doesn't seem to reflect how the average consumer is doing. It continues to stay high, even though the rest of us are suffering. So I hope you are preparing. That's just a general commentary from me to you. I hope you are preparing. I saw the writing on the wall. Many others saw the writing on the wall. I hope you have prepared.
All right, shalom, shalom. Let's get this started here. Bear with me. All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, Branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, is laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yakwath that's listening in. To many true to the faith, and many faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right. And, the writing's on the wall, man. All right, the writing is on the wall that, these people have been hoodwinked. You know what I'm saying? They've been fooled. And what we've been telling you for the longest time is that, when these people figure it out, you know what I'm saying? When these people finally figure it out, they're going to lose it. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose their faith in government. They're going to lose their faith in the system. Okay. And this is why what'd you see? You heard Cotton Schwab, you know what I'm saying, from the WEF, who stepped down. He was saying what? He said, we need to prepare for an angrier world. All right. Prepare for an angrier world because the system is going to collapse as it was always, going to happen. You know what I'm saying? All they've been doing was, stalling or prolonging the inevitable. Okay. But now this thing is falling apart at the seams, and the collapse is about to take place. It's about to take hold. Right. So I'm going to get this started with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," right? "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Okay, you're seeing this whole system fall apart, you know what I'm saying, in every which way. All right, people are losing their jobs, people are losing their savings, their lifelong savings, man. You know what I'm saying? And now people are starting to see, hey, I need to start getting prepared. I need to do this, I need to do that, to do that, and all that stuff, man. All right. Realistically speaking, it's far too late for that. You know what I'm saying? It's far too late for that. All right. But you know what I'm saying? We have people like the Canadian Prepper. You got NY Prepper, Richie from Boston, all these different characters, you know what I'm saying? Full Spectrum, Survivor, Dabu 7. All right, all these jokers that's been putting their time into getting prepared for this thing, man. All right. There's only but so much that's gonna do for you. You know what I'm saying? The people are starting to see the writing on the wall, man. It can't be ignored anymore. All right. You know what I'm saying? It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, meaning these people don't see a future anymore. All right. These people don't see any future. All right. Not anymore, man. The whole concept of the American dream, All right, it's being shown for what it always was, an illusion. You know what I'm saying? An illusion. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? All your entertainment is brought low, man. You can't even find solace or comfort in the things that you used to enjoy, you know what I'm saying, as a form of escapism. You know what I'm saying? They call it escapism. You know, you could escape the troubles of your everyday life through music, through concerts, through video games, through Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? And it's just trash. The music is trash. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood is trash. Nothing good comes out of Hollywood anymore. All right. At best, the only thing that you get out of Hollywood are things that's meant to spark your nostalgia. The same goes for the gaming industry. You know what I'm saying? Video games aren't they're not made for gamers anymore. You see what I'm saying? So, the daughters of music is brought low, and the same can be said for all forms of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So when the bread and circus starts to dry up, you see what I'm saying? People start to pay attention to what's really happening around them. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get another precept, all right, before I show you another video. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 19. All right, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4 says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. All right, the people are starting to realize this man is a tyrant. He's a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? When you get someone who was openly on camera, all right, on camera challenging the Constitution, you know what I'm saying? That means that he is a tyrant. This man is acting more and more like a king. Okay? He tweets about himself being a king. He says openly that I can do whatever the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Let me see that real quick. Right? Globalized news on X. President Trump says he has the right to do anything as president of the United States. All right? So this man is thinking in terms of a tyrant, man. The scriptures say that, they would have two horns like a lamb, but spake as a dragon. You know what I'm saying? And this devil speaking like a dragon now. Okay? You know what I'm saying? The whole honeymoon phase is over. As a matter of fact, the honeymoon phase only lasted for about 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And then homeboy started talking about tariffs. You know? Let me get this in Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. It reads, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right. The system, you know what I'm saying? The system of the whole left-right paradigm. That's what those two horns is talking about, man. It's talking about these two means of governance. You know what I'm saying? The liberals, the Democrats versus the Republicans. It's the same as what it was in ancient Rome. Right? The plebeians and the patricians. You see what I'm saying? So now it's time for the horns to be shown in terms of military might. You know what I'm saying? And he's speaking like a dragon now. And now he's starting to bring forth draconian measures. Okay, if you burn the flag, which is a form of you exercising your First Amendment right, well, if you do that, then you're gonna go to jail for a year. You know what I'm saying? If you commit a murder over in D.C., then you will receive the capital punishment of the death penalty. You see what I'm saying? All right. A lot of these different things, man. If you speak ill about these small hats, these Amalekites, okay, harsh punishments. You see, a dictator is being risen right now, and the people, all right, and the people are starting to see this. They're starting to recognize what this is, man. Okay, and a lot of them are starting to starting to leave the place, man. All right, getting the hell out of Dodge. You see what I'm saying? So let me show you this video real quick. All right, bear with me.
American citizens are voluntarily leaving America. How do I know this? I'm a real estate transaction coordinator. I've been a real estate transaction coordinator for about 15 years. I've owned my own business. It'll be 9 years in September. In the 9 years that I've owned my own business, I have closed over 7,000 real estate transactions. And I have never seen what I am seeing right now. Currently, out of the 11 listings that I currently have under contract and managing, 5 of them, 5 families, are selling their homes to move abroad. 5 out of the 11, so almost half. And every single one of those 5 homes are under contract for over $1 million. So that's telling me that the wealthy are leaving. Back in the day when I was closing over 120 transactions per month, I would maybe have 1 seller per year selling their home to move abroad. But to have 5 all at once and above the $1 million price point, this is North Carolina and South Carolina markets, okay? This is not California. This is North Carolina, South Carolina, okay? It's like, I'm not an economist, but this is like a red flashing light warning. I have never seen this in 15 years that I've been in the real estate industry. So, yeah, just a little random factoid for you on this Wednesday morning. Well, we're looking at leaving. We're going to look at Canada and Portugal. Those are the 2 places we're looking. I can't even believe that I have to say this, but I am not going to sit and wait and hope that what we're seeing unfold doesn't actually happen. I'm not. I'm almost 60. What does that give me? Another 25, 30 years? I'm just keeping it real here. I don't want to live it like this. It's just not. No, I don't want to. And so, do I want to leave my country? No. But my country kind of disappeared around 2015. And now it's unrecognizable to me. And so we're going to do a little research. We've got our Go stuff packed, all our documentation. We are going to check out Canada first. Probably come back here. Go check out Portugal. Come back here. maybe turkey. I'm not sure. It depends. Yeah, I mean, can you? It's like mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I just had a conversation with my cousin, who I love her. I'm probably closer to her than anyone in my entire family, except my sister, who's closest to me in age. And she's a Republican. And she has no idea about what's going on. She's not MAGA, but she's part of the GOP, and like, she doesn't know. I mentioned a few things to her, and she's like, I mean, it's just, and she is a brilliant woman, but she doesn't know. And it was funny because I started to feel, I was talking to her and I started to feel like I probably sound crazy to her. Like, I bet I sound like I'm making a bigger deal out of things than...
Bingo. To the average, everyday person, you know what I'm saying, you would sound crazy. You would sound crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, that a heavy spell is over this place. You know what I'm saying? A heavy spell. To where people are literally sleepwalking, you know what I'm saying, in the spirit, man. Let me get this in 1 Thessalonians. All right? Because these jokers, they're not ready. They're not ready for what's coming, man. This thing's going to catch them all off guard, and it's going to be a terrible, terrible time. It's a terrible thing to see. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1, it says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. All right, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." All right, when you hear so much talk about peace, you know what I'm saying? This joker Trump came through talking about, I'm the president of peace, and here it is. He's trying to call the Department of Defense the Department of War. He wants to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War. You see what I'm saying? And now he's saying that he was being sarcastic when he said that he would end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, he played a fast one on all y'all, man. These elites. These elites done played a fast one on all you jokers out here. You know what I'm saying? Especially you Jakes, man. you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians who fell for the shit, man. All right, while the prophets was telling you not to get involved with the shit, you know what I'm saying? Do not go out there and vote and do all that garbage, you know what I'm saying? You just went on to the polls and, you know what I'm saying, did what you did. Hey, man, it is what it is. Let the judgment come, because the judgment's coming. All right, the judgment is coming. All right? They started with the northern tribes. Now they're coming for the southern tribes, man. And it's about to get bloody. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You ain't going to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of these wealthy and well-to-do Edomites can get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? They got the means, like this woman and her husband, okay? And those other 5 families that first lady was talking about. But you Jakes ain't going nowhere, goddammit. You ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Verse 4, it says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are not, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day, right, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for the helmet, the hope of salvation. You see what I'm saying? For the Most High has not appointed us to wrath, which is the elect. All right? The Lord hasn't appointed the elect to wrath, but to obtain salvation through our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You know what I'm saying? You Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, man, the overwhelming majority of you are not going to make it out of this alive, man. You see what I'm saying? Only the elect are making it out. Only the elect. All right? And these, these Edomites that's leaving, these jokers that's leaving the country, man, all right? Hey, they can see the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? This thing, like she said at the beginning of her video, she's not going to sit here and put her head in the sand and pretend like what we see coming to pass is not coming to pass. You know what I'm saying? So many people are sitting around some people really think that your boy Trump is against the so-called deep state. While he's sitting here doing all the things that he's doing right in front of your face, they truly believe that this guy is really against the deep state, quote unquote. You see what I'm saying? Hey man, this place is over, man. There ain't no fixing this. Ain't no cleaning it up, man. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And we, the prophets, begin with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down. All right. We have been set up to give you the warning and to prepare you. You see what I'm saying? And now you have to flee out of the midst of Babylon in terms of fleeing from the spirit of Babylon. Flee from the mindset of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Repent. That's what we're telling you to do. Repent, man. You see? Repent, because you're running out of time. Okay? Verse 7, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, America has made so many enemies, and as we speak right now, your boy Trump, the so-called president of peace, is riding into Venezuela to declare war. You see what I'm saying? Off the guise of stopping the cartels, the very cartels that the CIA controls. You see? Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right? There's no fixing this place, man. You see what I'm saying? These people are still on that type of time of America's gonna come back and be great again and all that goofy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fell for the okie doke. All right? Y'all fell for the okie doke, and all it's gonna take is one event to get this whole thing popping. You see what I'm saying? And they got the troops out there, everything's in place. All it needs is just one thing to spark it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. This place is out of there. This place is out of there, man. And there's no coming back for it. All right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to make this too long. But I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.